Sathya Sai Speaks, Volume 12, Chapter 29, Cells of the Body of God, Part 1 of 2. What has sociology or the social sciences to do with the sciences of the spirit or the inquiry into the human spirit? This is a question that is commonly raised. So too, many do ask, what has the spiritual student and sadhaka, spiritual aspirant, to do with society and its problems? It must be said that both these attitudes are wrong. No society can find its fulfillment, no social ideal can fructify without the blossoming of the spirit of man. Mankind cannot realize the divinity whose expression it is without careful and constant attention being paid to the cultivation of the spirit. How else can this divinity express itself than in and through individuals? We can apprehend only the Jagat, world of change, this moving, inconstant fantasia. We cannot see or hear, smell or taste or touch the director of the fantasia, God. In the same manner, we can apprehend the individual but not the entity named society. For society is no separate, distinct complex formed out of elemental components. Society is the divine proliferation produced by the will supreme. Think, speak, and act in the attitude of love. Man is mortal. Dust he is, and to dust he return. But in him there shines Atma as a spark of the immortal flame. This is not a term of flattery invented by the Vedantins, the knowers of Vedanta. The Atma is the source, the sustenance of every being and every organization of beings. It is the one and only source, substance, and sustenance. The Atma is God. The particular is the universal, no less. Therefore, recognize in each being, in each man, a brother, the child of God, and ignore all limiting thoughts and prejudices based on status, color, class, nativity, and caste. Sai is ever engaged in warning you and guiding you so that you may think, speak, and act in this attitude of love. Society cannot justify itself by planning to divide the spoils gained out of nature either in equal shares or unequal shares. The consummation that must inspire society has to be the establishment and elaboration in every social act and resolution of the knowledge of the one universal Atma and the bliss that knowledge confers. Sai does not direct, the Atma has no death, therefore kill the physical sheaths, the bodies. No, Sai does not encourage wars. Sai directs you to recognize the Atma as your closest kin, closer than the members of your family, your blood relations, and your dearest descendants. When this is done, you will never more stray from the path of right, which alone can maintain that kinship. Familial attachment operates even against the performance of one's legitimate duties, but Attachment to the divine fills that duty with a new dedication, which ensures both joy and success. It activates man as nothing else can. It confers on him, during the process of doing his duty, the highest wisdom. Hence the advice: do not enter the Prakriti, objective world, in the hope of realizing the Atma. Enter the objective world after becoming aware of the Atma, for then you will see nature in a new light, and your very life becomes a long festival of love. There are many who use their scholarship and intelligence, even Vedic scholarship, for dreary debate and competitive contests. They are enamored of the petty triumphs. They declare that society is an arena for winning such triumphs. But Sai calls on you to seek and strengthen another type of society, where there is no room for such trivial desires. Man is too weak to keep his nature under control. Disputative Vedic scholars crave for the fruits of their endeavor and efforts through ritual. But nature does not crave so. The clouds bring rain as an homage to God, who is their Lord. Scholars attribute it to the efficacy of their rites and use it to inflate their egos. They play about among the far-spreading branches of the tree of desire. They are entangled in the coils of the three ropes: the tamasic, the rajasic, and the sattvic, the ignorant, the egoistical, and the good. You have to go beyond the three ropes, the three bonds. You have to be ever in the unchanging, eternal truth. You must be established in the One, as the One, with no trace or taste of two. Earning and garnering should not interest you. You must not be caught in the pursuit of yoga and shema, divine communion and well-being, for you are full already and have no wants. The ideal of a high standard of life instead of a high standard level of living has played havoc with human society. A high level of living insists on morality, humility, detachment, compassion. So the competitive greed for luxury and conspicuous consumption receives no encouragement and will be destroyed. Now man is the slave of his desires. He finds himself helpless to conquer the thirst for pleasure and luxury. He is too weak to keep his nature under control. Man does not know how to arouse the divine consciousness that is latent in him. End of part 1 of 2. Brindavan, March 1st, 1974.